This is the Analog Solutions Leipzig version 3, a 100% analog synthesizer using circuit designs that date back to the 70s and 80s. These give the Leipzig a very old sound that is rich and full of character. The Leipzig features pure analog voice and modulation circuitry. A fat Moog-style transistor ladder filter at 24 dB per octave, 4-pole. 2 analog Vcos with independent glide, and a sub-oscillator for extra depth and power. The Leipzig also has a versatile analog step sequencer with plenty of clocking options, as well as a 16-note sequencer with a transpose feature. Some new and useful features in the Leipzig version 3 include a headphone output, patch inputs and outputs, extended capabilities of the sequencer, and the sequencer can turn off a VCO square wave on selected beats for very interesting patterns. Now let's dive in and explore the CV sequencer. This is the fun bit. Leipzig V3 has a built-in analog step sequencer that can be clocked from various sources and produces an analog CV that can be used to modulate the VCOs or filter cutoff. In this example, MIDI note 0 is being used as the sync source. Each time MIDI note 0 is received, the sequencer will advance 1 step. This is the best way to sync with your DAW, and you can program a string of notes however you wish, including a rhythmic pattern, like this here. Let's look at the filter now. The filter is a 4-pole, 24 dB per octave, Moog-style ladder filter. It sounds absolutely remarkable, and I'll be quiet through this section and just do a series of filter sweeps with different levels of resonance, and note that there is the possibility for filter FM via VCO1 in the modulation matrix. Now we will look at both the VCOs on the Leipzig, as well as the mixer and modulation sections. Both VCOs are almost identical, but VCO1 has a manual pulse width control, and VCO2 has a sync feature. Both VCOs also have their own independent glide control, or portamento. Audio is then mixed with the mixer before being fed into the input of the filter. The levels can be set way beyond clean, allowing the signals to overdrive and distort, giving the synth a wonderful, hard and aggressive sound. Here you can mix in either noise or an external input, as well as the sub-oscillator of VCO1 and VCO1 and 2. In the modulation section, you'll see an LFO that produces both triangle and square waveform outputs. This section selects and routes various modulation signals to the VCO and VCF circuits. The 3 rotary switches select the modulation source for VCO1, VCO2, and the filter. The amount control sets the modulation level. If you have any more questions or would like to hear or see more, please watch our live YouTube video on this same channel this Friday, March 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you very much for watching.